All right, well, welcome everybody. Thank you for taking the time out to join us for this presentation. And this is on the COMPASS project. And COMPASS is an acronym. It stands for Core Objective Measurements of Program and Academic Success or Successes Strategic Project. So it's a measurement tool that will hopefully help your programs. Next slide, Cassidy. There we go. All right. So it's a structured and collaborative initiative. It's a project that promotes collaboration between faculty, students, industry, and administrators to improve transportation programs. Uh, the project identifies program strengths and challenges and sets actionable goals for enhancing academic outcomes. Uh, Again, it's strengths and challenges, celebrating successes, and then identifying challenges that can be worked on. COMPASS ensures all stakeholders have a voice in shaping the program's future, fostering a shared commitment to success. And this can be scaled as large or small as you want it to be, that fits your specific program. It's growth oriented, so it focuses on continuous development, continuous improvement, rather than just an evaluation. Encourages ongoing program improvement. So why participate? Well, one of the main reasons is it's collaborative. So again, it works with faculty. It engages students, it engages the administrators and advisory committees or advisory boards for shared ownership of the process. It takes in a wide variety of perspectives and gives each one an equal voice in the discussion. It's a action-oriented approach, so it focuses on measurable goals and practical steps to ensure tangible improvements in the programs. So it's got identifiable goals to measure where there's some shortcomings and identifies areas that can be improved. It's a supportive environment. It promotes growth and celebrates success while constructively addressing areas needing improvement. Definitely follows a continuous improvement background process, and it ongoingly looks at how to improve what's going on in your program, and that provides for sustainable improvement. Embeds in continuous improvement in program culture for long-term development. So this is not just a one and done type of thing. This is something that would be identified as, coming back to it and seeing how improvements have been made and what other improvements need to be addressed going forward. So there's an initial assessment phase, and actually we probably set up a meeting just to talk through everything to begin with, but then there's an initial setup phase where the transportation center would meet with instructors and administrators, complete assessments, identifying program strengths and needs. And this is both a kind of a verbal face-to-face meetings, and then also assessments with a standardized assessment tool. It also gathers feedback from advisory committees and students to enrich the program evaluation. So it gives feedback from those entities as well. And then after that's done, the instructors and administrators review the results together to celebrate successes and prioritize the improvements that need to be made. And then there's goal setting and support. So schools set clear goals of what they want to do. And the TCOE provides ongoing support through regular progress check-ins. So it's just kind of an accountability tool to say, this is what was identified, how's it going? How can the Transportation Center assist you in this going forward? What resources are needed and where can we go from here? So there's a rubric that we'll go over in here in a little bit. The Compass rubric offers a detailed framework to assess and improve transportation programs effectively. And there's a rubric, but then there's also a much more detailed assessment tool that can be used to address more specific details of things that might need to be addressed or how to improve certain areas. So the rubric would be used kind of as an initial tool to say, these are areas where we need help, but then what specifically do you need help with? We'd go into the detailed analysis for that. Institutions align their goals with Compass and connect with the TCOE team to begin participation. So, if needed, we can adjust that rubric a little bit to make sure that it aligns with the goals of the colleges and everybody's on board with what needs what should be happening to improve the excellence of the program. And then the Compass provides ongoing resources and support for sustainable program development and success. So again, this is not just a one and done type of thing. This is an ongoing process to help the schools identify and address gaps and celebrate successes as well. So the areas that are measured in no particular order other than just around the compass itself here. So it addresses industry accreditation, industry partnerships, diversity, work-based learning, advisory committees, professional development, strong high school partnerships, and modern equipment. And Cassidy, if you can pull up the rubric. So this might be a little harder to read, but this is the 8 categories that were mentioned. Accreditation, pretty simple, is you're either accredited, you're actively seeking to be accredited, or you are fully accredited, or you're following federal regulations. So for like the aviation programs and the truck driving programs, they're following the federal standards and federal regulations for those programs. Industry partnerships. So partner activities would be something like a school visit by an industry partner, guest speaker type of thing, industry coming into the school and doing something, it could be a career fair or something like that. So how many of those are you doing in a year is what's being measured there.
Carl, could I interrupt here
Absolutely.
for just a second?
Yep.
I think what we need, if it's not addressed somewhere else, internships. How many of our industry partners are taking our students on co-ops or internships or something like that?
That is addressed further on the work-based learning side.
Great.
Yep.
Thank you.
You bet. So next one going down is diversity, and how we're defining that is we're measuring the demographics of the program against the demographics of the local county or area that the school is in. It's very difficult to set goals specific to a whole state when you have rural and urban environments. So it's how closely is it matching the local demographics is how we're measuring that. And unfortunately right now we can't even measure it because the website for the US Census Bureau is offline, I think because of the government shutdown. So at least it was the other day when I checked. So then here's the work-based learning. So apprenticeship and internship is not required. It is required. And then it's required. All the rest are required, But then, what are you doing for career outreach and exploration on top of the work-based learning? So what, in other words, trying to create that pathway from high school into the college, into the career. We're not measuring the number of students that are necessary. I mean, if we wanted to adjust the rubric, we could do that to say this is what we want to measure. But at this point, the idea is that it's a required internship or apprenticeship, and you're doing outreach, you're doing, job shadowing, things like that, with the students, with prospective students. Advisory committees, so either you have none or there's two documented with, that it's chaired by industry. Two a year following a model of best practice. And then the other one is strictly aligned by, some sort of a best practice model. And there's several that could be utilized there. ASE has a model, the state has a model. There's the BILT model from I think through the National Science Foundation created that model. But something that's documented and strictly adhered to. Professional development, this is for pedagogy or and industrial tech training. And this is above and beyond industry accreditation. So industry accreditation may require, like for ASE, requires 20 hours a year. This would be above and beyond that. And it's for, it's, I mean, we can read through the whole thing here, but, I'll give you a moment to kind of read through that. Next one is strong high school partnerships. And this one here is the idea is you're getting into the high schools and you being involved in their advisory committees. So the college staff is getting involved in the high school advisory committees. And again, we could adjust this to be that you're providing some training or doing some sort of outreach to the high schools. There is a little bit of flexibility there. Yes, this rubric is available on our website. Cassidy just posted that in the chat. So it's a little easier to read there if you pop it up on the, if you just do a search for Compass, it'll pop up. You scroll down and it'll say the rubric. There's a little link to the rubric. A modern equipment. So if it's older than 10 years old, we're saying that it doesn't meet this, the minimum. If it's less than 10 years, if it's less, and then beyond that, if you're using less than 5-year-old equipment in at least 1, 2, or 3 training sessions each year. So we're not saying that everything has to be 5 years or newer, but you're utilizing newer equipment in some sort of capacity in your training. Okay. That's the last one, isn't it? Yeah. So any questions on this?